I have to actually be honest. I saw this movie before. I saw it ages ago, and I saw it because for some reason I thought it was also much like They Live. I thought this movie is by John Carpenter. And so first time I saw it, I was like, wait a second, this clearly is not a John Carpenter movie, because it not only has a very, very low budget, but it's very, very, very weird and not in a very, very good way. So I left it for years, and then when I was doing my Arrow TV breakdown, going through everything on Arrow to try and figure out what to watch, I found this, and I was like, I guess I'll have to watch it. Because it had name value, but I couldn't remember much about it, and I thought the trailer looked good. And sometimes that's a worrying thing, because when you haven't seen a movie in a while, and you see a trailer and it looks good, and you're like, I'll watch it again, you watch it, and you're like, yeah, there's a reason I forgot most of it. But in this case, I actually really enjoyed this. Genuinely surprised by how much I enjoyed it. And I think part of that's down to the fact that maybe I'm older than was. I think I was early 20s when I saw it. And Christ, now I'm nearly 40. Yeah, wow, shit. And so watching it, that renewed mindset, or delayed mindset, whatever you choose, and in current climate of politicians and all their crap, this is actually a genuinely pretty good movie. Is it a masterpiece? No, but in terms of an Arrow TV, Arrow video movie, this is actually pretty cool. And I think nice part is after watching so many fucking Exorcist rip-off, to watch something which is actually unique is a change. And this is definitely unique. It's a weird movie that perhaps is constrained a bit by budgetary restrictions, but at the same time, it does stuff which is actually cool and fun and silly and broad. And okay, it's a little fucking weird because basic plot of the movie is Roddy Piper it's a sex machine who they want to impregnate all the women, and then all the kids will be related to each other. Let's not think back too much. But he's had to do this, and it gets progressively weirder flat because he literally goes to a town full of frogs. A frogmen hybrid, so apparently the war turned them into that. I don't really understand how. So automatically off the bat, you get a weird idea of what movies like, and I would just say this. I think if Roddy Piper had competent management back in the 80s, I think he could have definitely broke out and being a full-time actor. He's actually good. Is he great? No, he is not great, but he can deliver a line. He's decent at comedy. I mean, you could definitely get him in vibe of movies where buddy action movies, buddy comedies, because he's good for the physicality too. Yes, there are moments where he looks like a deer caught in headlights, but he has a lot of charisma, and to be honest, there's zero reason, based on the fact that fucking Steven Seagal was a box office draw in the 90s and could barely do anything. There's no reason you couldn't have gotten Piper to the same level. And I think this movie exemplifies that, because he actually, bizarrely, he elevates this movie because he takes it seriously. He's not making fun of the movie. He's actually taking it seriously and actually delivering a reasonably good performance. And it's a shame that he couldn't keep going with it because he kept getting pulled back in wrestling. Wrestling was like a drug, and it just kept pouring him back in. And again, via competent management, he could have easily had a career similar to Cena or The Rock. I mean, yeah, I think people that realize how big wrestling was in the 80s, if Hogan had a good management team and a good Hollywood agent, he could have been a mega star in the 80s in Hollywood. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think it's generally funny. It's also silly. It doesn't take itself very seriously, but Roddy Piper takes it seriously, which elevates it. And it's a good movie. The only thing I don't like is Arrow Video Player has no extras. I'd love to see loads and loads of extras for this. Maybe they're on a 4K DVD, I don't know. But it would be interesting to see behind the scenes of how they construct this movie and how much drugs they're on when they were conceiving the story. Because frog men arguing with each other about bartering and criminality is pretty weird, and it would be fascinating to see someone try and justify why that's in the movie. And also the fact that Frog is trying to bang a woman after she's done a dance for him. Who came up for that? I don't know. But anyway, I did enjoy this movie, and I do recommend it.